So, since I bought the boat, it seems like every day I have a day off, it rains. So I got this canopy thing at Harbor Freight. Seems to do the job so far. Okay, so I get down to the foam. This is after about 2 weeks of working on it here and there a little bit after work. So I've come to realize that this fiberglass here is probably the original fiberglass, because I think these lines here are the glue that held down the carpet. So I've taken some of the trim off of the entryway into the cabin. That's what that is over there. And I've found that the forward wall into the cabin is rotten down here. So I'll have to replace this wall as well. But right now, today's task is to continue working on the floor. Pulling some of this, getting the foam out. So there's a stringer here. And there's one here. So I want to pull down. I want to get those all exposed. Maybe get the gas tank out today and drain that out. Finish taking up the floor that one of the previous owners put in, because they screwed it right down to the original floor and fiberglass right over it. I've got most of that out. And then we had to tackle getting the motor out. I put a large bar, a large ratchet anyways, and tried to turn it over, but it seems to be locked up. Which is fine, because I was thinking about replacing that with a V6 anyways, since this boat was offered with the V6. So I think it'll be fine. I'd like to put a 4.3 in it, maybe do through the whole exhaust. Just because it sounds cool. I hooked up a battery to it, tried to turn it over, the starter just clicks. But the only thing that works is a front navigation light. So it is what it is, kind of thing. So we'll get to work pulling out the floor, the rest of it anyways, and go from there, one day at a time. Alright. You saw me just pull up the floor, so you know how recent it was. That's water. Water. A little bit left, and then we got the section in the back on both sides. I think we'll do some of the do some cleanup. I want to tackle the front section later because it involves the wall. I don't feel like taking that apart quite yet. I've been hesitant because it's been raining so much, but now that I have this canopy, I suppose I can tackle that wall. But let me get some of this foam out and see what the stringers look like. I have plenty of work to do back here before I tackle that. Okay. So, it looks like there's fiberglass. They put this piece of wood in here on top of foam, fiberglassed over it, and then continued to foam. And all it did was, if you there's fiberglass that you just saw me cut. The foam is supposed to be closed cell, but it's soaked with water. And since that's the backing, this is plywood, or was plywood. Now if I had a seat that was attached to that, what the hell is it holding on to? Strange things they do. Very strange. You can see where the water penetrated and where the foam was dry. Very strange indeed. Okay. This is a hard, long job. Doesn't help that I'm almost 45, way out of shape. I drive a truck for a living. Not that that explains it, but I don't do much. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm 6'2". I think I said that. I'm doing everything on the ground, and there's no easy way to sit. maybe it's not that hard, but it's hard enough. As you just saw me take a big chunk out of the floor. Off. Raining again. Thought I heard thunder. So, it appears that this isn't truly a stringer. Looks like one, but I think it's, yeah, just a piece of plywood, maybe 2 inches wide, with the fiberglass over, just like we saw over by where the seat was. This must be something that they put in to give the rear seats something to bolt down to. It's really raining now. I haven't anchored this canopy, so I'm hoping just it doesn't get too windy. So the other day I stopped at a place where they were dismantling a boat, and I picked up this rear seat. It's somewhat apart. There. The armrest things just go on with the wing nuts, so those will be able to put back in. It's missing that piece of cushion on the back there, this piece here, so I'll have to make that up. But, and there's some rot that I'll have to repair because it's out of another old boat. But I forgot that, and its sun pad needs a good cleaning, and see if I can get rid of that mold, it looks like, maybe. But that'll go over the motor. I'm hoping it doesn't take up too much room in my boat, because this is out of a 21 4 winds and mine's a 19. But I think for $100 it wasn't that bad of a deal. Plus I got a couple fenders and some other miscellaneous parts. Okay.